Hello, everyone. Good
Yeah.
good day to wish you all. Yeah,
Yes.
this is probably something I need as well.
Yeah.
I have some slides to share with you, some of the ideas, because it's a pleasure to be with you. Thanks a lot, Michal, to the presentation, which is also taking a bit to the topic. I'll have also the hard time because I'm a technology guy, focusing on the technology. So but I would like to today focus more on the business benefits, on maybe things that you can use in your everyday life. To maybe gain some little things that will bring some innovations, will help your clients make your life easier. I'm doing the digital identity, client authentication for banks and many other institutions, and the let's say challenge that we're facing for a long time, it's we're focusing on security, and security is always being perceived as something that costs money, something that you need to do, but something that you really don't want to do. Well, I believe that I'm trying to also discuss something that, well, I believe that there are things that can help you in business and in opening new, let's say, approaches and help you delivering digital services to clients. And I believe that security, there could be point of view on security and digital identity in something that you would like to do and actually brings you some competitive advantages. So talking maybe about digital identity or securing online channels is something really important, comes with the digitalization of online channels. This is something you need to think about for whole the customer journey. It starts with the onboarding processes, but the onboarding is something do usually at the beginning of the contract or something when you enroll for a new service. But there is lots of everyday interactions while accessing your mobile application, while accessing your internet platforms, by doing transaction authorization, not only in the application, but maybe e-commerce payments. So this is not only about the beginning, about the onboarding, but quite a lot about the retention in the everyday life. And also something Michal already talked about, it's bringing digital identity to channels. It could be sometimes complicated. We believe that the centralization and standardization of digital identity as a product may bring significant improvements in terms of delivering new applications, reducing some of the integration costs and pains. I will speak about this maybe later as well, and significantly also improves security, because managing it from one place will definitely bring significant simplifications. So maybe just having a look at the bank. The banks are usually providing number of services with different types of core business, and maybe even more complicated with PSD2 and third party involves. And historically, the amplifying or implementing digital identity to all those channels was, let's say, very distributed. And this was bringing significant level of complexity. What we believe and we suggest to all of the organization is the overall centralization and standardization of the digital identity, to really make it that every business product is depend on one digital identity and can use all the processes that are behind the digital identity. It starts, as I mentioned, with the onboarding, but in the everyday life. I will speak maybe about a few examples, not really making it so in general. Maybe one of the key examples is it's mobiles that are, let's say, everyday in our lives. It's changing also the way we interact with many situations. And we believe that the mobile is a crucial key to the online services to, let's say, be the key be the token that you use to access your services, that's securing the access, that is helping you do authorization and digital signatures. We believe that this needs to be done in a way that is help you to cover all the use cases that you may have, to cover the applications that you may have. Again, every bank is a different, and you may have different business perspective on mobile delivery to the client. You may wish to have only one application, and in this case, it's probably a good idea to integrate all the authentication and identification functions within one applications. Or maybe you have a strategy delivering and providing to your clients different mobile applications based on the segments, based on the products. So these applications are, let's say, more focused on specific goal. Then it's probably a good idea to have a mobile key as a standalone application that can really work with all of the applications. So that are, let's say, simple use cases that we can deliver very quickly and achieve big change in terms of helping, let's say, the user experience in the online channels. I wouldn't maybe not talk too much about what all can do. I mean, the important thing is with the mobile, it's important to remember that it's very distributed, so you need to, let's say, think about the let's say, distribution of the security issues. And on the other hand, it's good that you think about all the use cases that you have within banks and you really support it within the one application on the one device. Maybe one of the simple example of how we can simply use that. I mean, with the PSD2, there's a number of, let's say, additional requirements that what we need to do in terms of strong customer authentication and identification. And let's say, seeing a number of the web applications, internet banking applications, they're really struggling to provide some kind of smooth customer experience and smooth let's say, process of not really onboarding, but really everyday use just to log into the applications. Very complicated, a number of applications. We believe that with the mobile application, we can support in very easy way how you can use the web applications to connect there. You can use it really as a second factor, as a first factor, as a second factor. That's the basic example. But maybe the ideal way is to, let's say, forget about even typing your username and password, just really using it, just show a QR code on the web page and use the mobile token to resolve all of the security behind in the background. So really make the security invisible to the user, make it convenient, but still make it very, very, very secure. So one of the examples how you can use the mobile. So really, that's not only about the software on the mobile device. It's number of let's say services also in the background that needs to take care about the data encryption, about the data integrity. But this is something that probably needs to be so much visible to the user. This is something you need to know. People who are responsible in the bank should need to know how this is work, but for the user, let's make it smooth, let's make it convenient. One of the example maybe I would also demonstrate about little innovations that we do, because we also, when we focus on the security, we need to, let's say, think about the user perspective as well. So that's why we don't have so much, let's say, UX specialists in our company, but we try to work quite a lot with the clients, with the banks, and maybe with academics, with people from the university to help us with some user interaction research. And one of the examples that we came recently with is, you know, that you're showing your transaction details within your mobile applications, but very honest, how many of you really review what's being showed on the transaction details before you authorize it? So we came up with some little innovation that is visual sign, that is, let's say, combining the web application or the portal with the authorization device. So it's simply helping to show the user, yeah, there is the same image, so probably this is the transaction you want to sign, or there is a different image, so probably the user think about it and review it, because it might be different. I'm using some kind of robot sign to show the link between the transaction, between authorization device, but it could be any other visual sign. Maybe one of the examples I wanted to also, in terms of what we are doing in terms of innovation, because we see that the mobile is important as an authorization device, but it's not covering 100% of the requirements. So there is still, especially in the corporate and SME segment, there is a still big need for a piece of hardware that will help with authentication processes. So that's why we've been really trying to find a way, what is the best authorization device. And at the end of the day, we decided to create our own. We called Bitron. It's a small USB device that is connected with the mobile device, that is connected with the PC. It could be connected either using a Bluetooth or a USB-C, so it's provide variety, let's say, use cases that you can work on. It's small, very small, so you can, and doesn't really bother you when you are traveling. It has own security chip, so it's very secure in terms of the protection of these electronic signatures. And it's also implementing FIDO2 standards, so it's also open to some kind of third-party application. So, for example, giving this little device to your client, it's first is helping you protect the access to the online services, to do electronic signatures, and third, it can be used by the client actually to protect his access to some social networks like Google or Facebook. So there could be additional values that you're bringing to the client, because in simple way you just need to share the security. So that's another innovation I wanted to discuss with you. And maybe just have a quick review on the digital identity, because we can really simplify it to the mobile world, where we believe this could significantly improve the security and comfort. It could help the bank cover all the channels from one place, and it could help reduce the costs in distributing hardware, the authentication tools, because these are not small, or even with some SMS. That are even not so secure. And also from the client perspective, because the user benefit or the experience benefits, having the one authorization device, it's make your life really easy, really simple, and once the customers are enrolled, they really prefer this method against the other methods. And maybe having it as in the broader view in terms of the digital identity, we believe that decentralization and building the digital identity as a standalone banking product can bring even more and additional cost optimization for the overall ecosystem. The architecture optimizations and the standard integrations can really make it easier, even for new applications where when you are probably designing a new product, it makes it really easier to set up the new applications, because you have already settled all the security. And from the user perspective, this is improving trust in the channels, because it's one consolidated user experience. It provides single sign-on features across the channels. It's bringing additional onboarding and enrollment processes to new applications. So that was just a quick quick overview of the digital identity, or just a few thoughts to share. I'll be happy to discuss maybe any questions you may have in the panel later. So thank you for the attention.